Court's on the record, Commerce City Municipal Court for August 5th of 2021, afternoon session. For the people that are on Zoom, please put your devices on mute. I will tell you to unmute your device when I'm ready to call your case. For the people that are in the courtroom, when I call your name, I'm going to direct you to one of the 3 stations in the front here. While you're at that station, please speak loudly and clearly as if you're speaking to me, and that'll be good enough. One of my responsibilities today is to make sure that everything that you say gets properly recorded. After you're done at the station, I'll direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. So when you leave the courtroom, go out through those double doors, but don't go out through the metal detector. Just make the left, and that'll get you to my clerk's windows. All right, let's start with David Tatman. If you would come to station number 1, please. Good afternoon. Give me just a moment. All right, I have a document that alleges that on June 17th of 2021, at approximately 1:30 in the afternoon, in the area of 6261 Monaco Street here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you committed the offense of either mistreatment or neglect of an animal. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing? All right, the city attorney says that you wish to plead not guilty to committing this offense. Is that correct? All right, did you watch the advisement of rights video? All right, I'm going to go ahead and enter your not guilty plea. We'll schedule this matter for a trial to the court. If there's any witnesses that you wish to have present on the date of your trial that you believe will not appear in court voluntarily, let my clerks know. They'll issue subpoenas for you free of charge and explain how the subpoenas need to be served on your witnesses in order to have them effectively ordered to appear on the date of your trial. While you're at the windows, if you wish to get copies of the police officer's notes or the reports related to your case, let my clerks know. They'll provide those to you free of charge. One correction I need to make. This particular charge is eligible for a trial to a jury of up to 6 people. Did you wish to have a trial to a jury or a trial to a judge? Okay, that's fine. We'll set this matter then, as I've indicated, as a trial to the court. Do you have any questions? All right, so when you go to the windows, they'll give you the trial date, the reports if you ask for them, subpoenas if you need those. Go ahead. All right, almost. Almost. Okay, Danielle Zukowski, if you would come to station number 2. That is the lectern right in the middle. And give me just a moment. I'm calling names before I'm pulling up the file. Yeah. There it is. Good afternoon. All right, I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of speeding 50 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, that is a 1-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the original charge from June 20th of 2021 at about 10:15 in the morning in the area of 92nd and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of speeding 50 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, a 1-point violation on June 20th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, there's nothing in aggravation from this charge, nothing in aggravation on your driving record. Your schedule fine's $80. I'm going to reduce your fine to $40, plus surcharges, plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they will tell you what the total is. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Something to keep in mind, I know where you live. Pretty much all of the north-south streets in Commerce City are 45-mile-an-hour speed limit zones. No, where you are, we're at, it's been 45 for about 3 years now. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Just keep in mind, Highway 2, Quebec, Tower, they're all 45 zones, okay? All right, go to the windows, see my clerk. Uh-huh. Come on. All right, Bryce Pacheco, if you would come to station number 3, please. Good afternoon. I have a document that indicates that it's alleged that on June 16th of 2021, shortly before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in the area of 12300 East 104th Avenue, that you engaged in careless driving and operating a motorized device on public property. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing? All right. The city attorney says that you and he have worked out an agreement that we're going to set this matter for a new court date. Between now and then, if you complete an Alive at 25 driving class, 16 hours of community service, and commit no new law violations, when you come back, if everything is in order, I can dismiss this case. Is this how you wish to resolve your case? Okay. And are you two his parents? Okay. Do you understand the original charges that were filed against your son? Do you understand what the city attorney is offering your son in an effort to resolve this case? Do you agree that your son is acting in his best interest by accepting this proposed resolution to his case? Well, I can tell you if what just the note shows is what happened, it is not legal. But go ahead. Well, it's relative. You know, again, to the prosecutor, that's what he's offering. To you as parents, you may think that's high. It's a one-day class and 16 hours of community service that's being offered. You don't have to accept this. You can choose to have him plead not guilty and schedule the case for trial. If he's acquitted at trial, he doesn't have to do anything. If he's convicted at trial, I can tell you that what he's being offered is in line with what I would probably order anyway. So you guys get to choose. It's not my choice, it's you all's. I'm sorry, say that again? If he does... If he's doing it at a legitimate nonprofit agency, then your question actually goes the other way. Will the school give him credit for what he does for me? It's up to them. Yeah, so long as he does the community service at any legitimate nonprofit agency, I'm fine with it. Okay? Now, that having been said, do you believe that your son is acting in his best interest by accepting this resolution to his case? All right. And Bryce, is this in fact what you want to do? All right. I don't know if I asked. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Okay, good. Okay. When you go to the windows in the lobby, my clerks are going to give you the notice of the new court date. It's going to be in about 6 to 7 weeks. That way you have plenty of time to get everything done. They're going to give you the referral for the people that put on the class. I have been receiving notices from those people that those classes are getting booked. They're online, or optionally you can appear in person. But both sets of classes are getting filled so that it's really hard to get into them by the deadline. So call those people today or tomorrow, get signed up, get the class scheduled, make sure that it's before the deadline. If it's not, contact my staff and ask for an extension. Once the class is completed, they'll give you a certificate of completion. Bryce, it's your responsibility to make sure that certificate of completion comes back with you when you come back to court on the next time. My clerks are going to give you the form we use for community service. If the place that you're doing it is a place that you've already started and you're going to continue there until those 10 hours for school are done, just see if they'll agree to fill out our form, and they can use the hours that you've done before today. I don't care. So long as the total that you get done by the time you come back to court is 16 hours, I'm fine with that. Make sure you bring that form back with you. And then the rest is easy. Don't do this again. Don't pick up any new violations. If everything's in order when you come back, I dismiss the case. Do you have any questions? Do either of you have any questions? All right, go to the window, see my clerks. They'll take care of you. Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to write. Got so busy discussing, I forgot to write. All right, Mr. Myers, you want to go ahead and unmute? I'm calling Misoon Blackburn.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brett Myers for Ms. Blackburn.
Okay, the city attorney is Mr. Blackburn joining us? I didn't look. I didn't see.
No, she's not here with us, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss, yeah, I'm sorry. All right, I have an allegation of an unsafe line change. The city attorney is electing to dismiss this case. Is that your understanding of the proposed disposition?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll go ahead and enter the order of dismissal. Mr. Myers, when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email either later today or tomorrow. They'll give you verification that the case is dismissed. Is there anything else I need to address on this one?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You go ahead and leave the meeting. I just realized some of these are not dated. Can you check and see the ones I gave you were? Okay. Here, this one's not. Jason Nacy, if you would unmute your device.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's it. All right, I have a document that alleges that on June 28th of 2021, at about 9:15 in the morning, in the area of 88th and Tower Road, it's alleged that you committed the offense of trespass. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
Yes, sir.
All right. The city attorney said that he reviewed the elements of that charge with you. In other words, he explained what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of committing this offense. Did he, in fact, go over that with you?
Yes, sir.
All right. He also said that he's elected not to prosecute this case at this time. If you're, with your agreement, we'll put your case in suspense for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, so long as you agree to stay off of the property at the 8800 block of North Tower Road and commit no new law violations, at the end of 6 months, I can dismiss this case, and then the case would actually be eligible to be sealed if that's what you want to pursue. Is this what you wish to do?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you need to understand, you have the right today to plead not guilty to committing this offense. If you did so, the city would have to bring your case to trial within 91 days of today's date. That's called your right to a speedy trial. In order to hold your case in suspense for 6 months, we're obviously going beyond that 91-day right to a speedy trial. Are you willing to waive your right to a speedy trial in order to take advantage of what the city attorney is offering you in this case?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to waive your right to a speedy trial against your will?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything that we haven't discussed in order to get you to make that waiver?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
All right, then I'll find that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your right to a speedy trial. What's going to end up happening is when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you. Oh, shoot. I've got 2 other questions I have to ask. Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, I did.
And are you currently a member of or a veteran of the United States Armed Forces?
No, sir.
Okay. When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They're going to send you a notice as to when the 6-month period is over so that you know when you can contact the court to get a copy of the order of dismissal. And once it's dismissed, if you want to find out about sealing the record, just email my clerks and they'll provide that information. They'll also indicate that there is a protection order preventing you from returning to that construction area at 88th and Tower. Don't go back there. The only other condition is no new law violations, which excludes routine traffic violations. Do you have any questions about what's expected of you?
No, sir.
Okay, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Keep an eye out for that email, all right?
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, Emiliano Salcedo Alcantar, if you would unmute your device. Are you there? Your device is on mute.
Yes. Good
Okay.
afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. It's my understanding that you do not have your parents with you today. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And your parents would need an interpreter on the next court date. Is that correct?
My brother's here right now, and
That's
it's
not going to
technically a
cut it. It has
legal
to be your
guardian.
parent or legal guardian.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna reset your case for a new court date. I just need to know whether to set it on a date we have an interpreter available. Do they need an interpreter?
I can interpret for them.
No, that's not the question.
No.
Do your parents need an interpreter? You can't interpret,
Yes.
and even though I speak Spanish, I can't interpret. It has to be a state-certified interpreter. So do your parents speak Spanish only? Maybe I should put it that way.
Both my parents speak little English, so
Okay,
they
I'm gonna set
would
it on
need
the
an
interpreter day. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
When you leave the meeting, my clerks will reach out to you by email. They'll give you the notice of the new court date and time, and it'll be an interpreter day. Only one of your parents needs to appear with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Omar Mercado, if you would come to station number 1, please. Good afternoon. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of speeding 55 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, this is a 4-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the original charge from June 27th of 2021 at about 1:45 in the afternoon in the area of 83rd and Tower Road here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Yes. Do you want to plead guilty to the 4-point violation? Okay. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're renouncing all of those rights? Do you understand that? Okay. Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of speeding 55 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, a 4-point violation on June 27th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, your driving record shows a ticket from May of this year in Platteville. Is that entry correct? All right. The one you got up in Weld last year, it's too old. It doesn't count. I said the ticket that you got in Weld County last year doesn't count. It's too old. I only go back 1 year. Your schedule fine's $240. That's because of how fast over the limit you were going. I'm going to go ahead and reduce your fine to $200 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they're going to tell you what the total is. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerk. Alberto Vaquera, if you would come to station number 2, please. The lectern right in the middle.
Hello?
Yes, Ms. Montano, if you would put your device on mute, I will tell you to unmute it when I'm ready to call your case. Thank you. Good afternoon. Could I get you to take the sunglasses off the topic? Thank you. Appreciate it. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use. That's a 3-point violation. The city attorney will dismiss the original charge from June 26th of 2021 at 10:30 in the morning in the area of 77th and Highway 2 here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're renouncing all of those rights that I advised you of in that video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on June 26th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Anything you want to tell me that I should take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, the ticket that you got here, oh, that's way too old, so that doesn't count. Let me look at this one again. All right, your schedule fine's $120. I'm going to reduce your fine to $80 plus surcharges plus court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they're going to tell you the total. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan. Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerk. All right, Detarius Woods, if you would unmute your device. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss both of the charges against you from June 17th of 2021 at 9:30 in the morning in the area of 85th and Tower Road. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes,
Did you watch the advisement of rights video?
I did not know.
Okay, I'm going to pass your case on the same link that you used to sign up here. There's going to be a link to the court's website at c3gov.com/court. Click on there. You're going to see a picture of me without a mask. Click that picture, and it'll play the advisement of rights video. Once you've done that, come back up. I'm going to ask you to mute, but when you come back up, just wave at me. I'm not going to make you wait till the end. As soon as you're ready and I'm finished with the next case, I'll call you right back up, okay? Do you understand what you need to do?
Okay, yes.
All right, so go ahead and
Yes, I
go
do.
back to that link, watch that video, and let me know when you're done. John Walmer, Jr., if you would unmute your device.
This is
Good,
Jim.
good afternoon. All right, I have a document that alleges that on June 27th of 2021, at about 3:21 in the afternoon, in the area of the 8300 block of Tower Road, it's alleged that you were speeding 70 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it's my understanding that you wish to plead not guilty to committing this offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and enter your not guilty plea. We'll schedule your case for a trial to the court. If there's any witnesses that the city attorney would call that, I'm sorry.
That I would like
If
to
there's
call
any
it.
people that
Yeah,
you
I
wanna-
just,
Right. Just ask my clerks and they can issue subpoenas for you free of charge. Also, if you wish to get copies of the police officer's notes or the reports related to your case, ask my clerks and they'll provide those to you free of charge. So
Thank you, sir.
when you leave the meeting, they'll give you the trial date, subpoenas if you ask or need them, and copies of the reports if you ask for them. Do you have any questions?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Just keep an eye out for that email.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too. All right, Daisha Ramirez, if you would unmute your device.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have a document that alleges that on April 13th of 2021 at 8:22 in the evening, in the area of 16207 East 105th Place here in Commerce City, that you were in violation of the city ordinance that's now been titled animal attack. Do you understand what you're accused of doing or allowing?
Yes.
Okay, the city attorney should have reviewed the elements of the charge with you. Did he go over those with you?
I think he did when I appeared in person the last time.
Right, okay, yeah, I see that. All right, okay, I have a notice here that you did appear before. Never mind. Okay, so it's my understanding that you wish to plead not guilty to committing this offense. Is that correct?
Correct, because I requested the discovery, and after seeing that, I would choose to not plead guilty.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll render your not guilty plea. We'll schedule this matter. Did you wish to have a trial to a court or a trial to a jury?
We could do to the court.
All right. Give me just a moment. I'm filling out some paperwork. Okay. All right, so I've entered a not guilty plea. We're going to schedule this matter for a trial to the court. If there's any witnesses that you wish to have present on the date of your trial that you believe will not appear in court voluntarily, let my clerks know and they reach out to you by email because they can issue subpoenas for you free of charge. They'll explain how those subpoenas need to be served on your witnesses to have them effectively ordered to appear on the date of your trial. Did you already get copies of the police officer's notes or the reports related to your case?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that you got that. If anything new comes in, the city prosecutor has an obligation to make that available to you as well. All right, so when we leave the meeting, just keep an eye out for the email from my clerks that'll give you the trial date. And again, if you need subpoenas, let them know and they'll issue those for you as well. Any questions?
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Do you have any questions?
You too.
I'm sorry? Okay, I guess she hung up. Susan Polika, you don't need to come forward. Are you able to hear me? All right. This is a case that's an allegation of false reporting at on May 16th of 2021 at about 7:45 in the evening from the area of 5560 Magnolia Street. The city attorney is dismissing this case against you. So when you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerks, they'll give you a copy of the order of dismissal, and you're free to leave. Your case is eligible to be sealed. If you want to know how to seal the record of this case, if you want to do that, ask my clerks. They'll give you the information on what you need to do to file a petition. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and go to the windows, get that order for dismissal, and then you are free to leave. All right, Ms. Hudden, if you would unmute your device, and Portia Mossman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hudden. Ms. Mossman, do you have video capability on yours?
I don't.
Okay, that's fine. I have a document, Ms. Hutton, that indicates that Ms. Mossman is pleading guilty to committing the offense of theft on August 20th of 2020 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon from the area of 5990 Dahlia Street, the Walmart store located here in Commerce City. In exchange for pleading guilty, the city attorney indicates he has no objection to any custody that I impose being served on in-home detention. Is that a correct statement of the proposed disposition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Mossman, is this in fact how you wish to resolve your case today, by pleading guilty to this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had sufficient time to discuss your options with Ms. Hutton?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the service, advice, and representation that she's given you thus far in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Did you review all the rights that you had with Ms. Hutton in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're giving up all of those trial and appeal related rights that if I accept your guilty plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, Your Honor.
Into the charge of theft on August 20th of 2020 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Ms. Hutton, would you waive the necessity of the establishment of a factual basis to support the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that, I will accept your guilty plea. I'll find it's knowing, intelligently, and voluntarily made with a full understanding of the rights being waived as well as the possible consequences. Is there anything by way of mitigation?
Yes, Your Honor. She now works for a cleaning service. So she's got gainful employment, which is good and should keep her out from this kind of trouble again. And there was a gentleman with her that I think she's not hanging around with anymore, so that should help also. She is on probation in Denver, and so her probation officer just said to call when this was done and they decide what to do. So that's all I know about that. But it has been over a year and she hasn't been in any trouble in that year. So hopefully that'll go in her favor.
I can't tell. I see the nature of the underlying case, the felony that was originally filed. Is she on drug probation or just regular probation?
I don't know, Portia, what?
I believe it's a drug probation.
Okay, that's fine.
Forgot to ask that question.
Organize it so that I don't mix it in with these. Thank you. And as part of that, Ms. Hutton, do you know if she's taking regular UAs or things like that?
Now, Portia, are you taking regular UAs?
Yeah, I take them weekly, for my probation, so I'm doing good on those. I've been doing good for the past couple years, Evan, so.
From what I can tell from your criminal history, it looks like you're going to be on probation till about November of this year. Does that sound right?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, Ms. Hutton, anything else from you with regard to mitigation?
No, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Mossman, is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
I just want to say, apologize for being in your court. I know that I did a lot in my past, and now I'm trying to do better. So I appreciate your time. My apologies.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, first, I've previously found that you're indigent, so I'm not going to impose any fine. I am going to impose court costs. They total $79. The $79 is going to be due in about 2 weeks. I am going to impose a punitive sanction. Your criminal history warrants it. Listen carefully to how I'm imposing the sentence against you. I'm going to impose a 60-day jail sentence, but I'm going to suspend 40 of it. I'm going to allow the remaining days to be served on in-home detention. I'm going to give you a stay of execution to begin serving that in-home detention sentence as follows. Give me just a minute. The paperwork is stuck here. Can you pay the $79 in 2 weeks, do you think?
If you can extend it, that would be great, but I could try, but I don't know how.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just make it due on Thursday, September 2nd, but I'm also going to make the 20 days of in-home detention ordered to start no later than 4 o'clock on Thursday, September 2nd. We'll put you in contact with a company called High Tech Offender Management Services. They will be the people that will monitor the in-home detention sentence. The 40 days in jail are suspended on the conditions that you pay the court costs, that you successfully complete the 20 days of in-home detention, that you continue to comply with your probation out of the Denver court, and you commit no new law violations in Commerce City for a period of 1 year. I'm ordering you never to return to the Walmart store here in Commerce City again for any reason whatsoever. Do you have any questions about what's expected of you?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hutton, is there anything else I need to address on this case?
No, I don't believe so. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Hutton, my clerks will send an email to both you and Ms. Mossman that detail the requirements of the sentence that I've just imposed. Give me a few minutes because I ran out of room on her original ticket, so I need to write everything on the supplemental page.
Okay.
It'll take me a few minutes. Ms. Mossman, keep in contact with Ms. Hutton if anything comes up, but for today you can go ahead and leave the meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is she on this one too? Okay. On the record regarding Andrea Montano.
Tricia Hutton, 35139, and she was here and now she's gone. She told me she was having some problems with getting her phone to charge. but she's been off and on a couple different times, so I don't know.
Right now, I'm not showing her on. So
Yeah, I don't,
I'll pass this, and if she rejoins, I'll call her right up. I've got a quick one on Zoom that I'll do right now.
okay.
All right, so. No, it's a parking ticket. All right, is there a representative for Werner Enterprises on Zoom?
That's for me, sir.
Okay, Logan Brown, what's your position at Werner Enterprises?
I'm a truck driver for them, sir.
All right, so you're the person that's responsible for at least getting this ticket, is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right, city attorney's elected to dismiss this case. When you leave the meeting, my clerks will reach out to you by email and give you verification that this case was dismissed. Do you have any questions?
I do not, Judge.
All right, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Ms. Sutton, it doesn't look like she's come back.
No, and I just tried to call her and the message I got was this person cannot accept phone calls at this time.
Okay, well, I'm going to do another one, and obviously we'll recall you as soon as she joins back up.
Okay.
Mr. Woods, you should be done with the video by now, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so let's go back through everything here. Give me a second, I need to pull up the ticket. All right, so the document I have says that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper land use, a 3-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss both of the charges from June 17th of 2021 at 9:30 in the morning in the area of 85th and Tower Road. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today, by pleading guilty to this reduced charge?
Yes.
Okay, you've now watched the advisement of rights video, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you are renouncing all of those rights that I advised you of in that video?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on June 17th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
I just want to say I'm sorry, apologize, and I will never do it again. And that this was my first encounter with any officer since, like, first encounter ever. So
Yeah, how long have you been driving now? About
throw
3
that out
years?
there. Yes, about no, like 2, maybe 2 or 3, I think.
Okay, this looks like it's your first ticket, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good. Your schedule fine in this case is 160. That's because of how fast you were going over the speed limit. I'm going to reduce your fine to $80 because it's a first offense, and I want this to be a learning experience more than a punitive experience. All right. For people your age, insurance companies are just looking for you to get tickets so they can jack up your insurance rates, okay?
Yes,
Also,
sir.
younger drivers have a higher risk of either getting into or causing an accident than a more experienced driver. What I always tell young drivers like yourself is, when you get behind the wheel of a car, only have one goal. That's to get to where you're going safely, not more quickly. More quickly is how you're going to get into trouble. If you use the car to make up for lost time, all that's going to do is cause you to be slower because, like in this case, you got pulled over and got a ticket. That made you later to where you were going than you would have been otherwise. But it also increases the risk that you run of getting into or causing an accident. So what I tell young people is, when you get behind the wheel, just focus on getting to where you're going safely. If you're late when you get into the car, just accept the fact that you're going to arrive late. Don't try to make up for lost time in a car. Never be in a hurry in the car. If you do that, with all the crazy traffic that's out here these days, you're more likely to be safe than you are to get tickets or get into accidents. And again, you know, your insurance agent's going to see this ticket and try to jump your rates up. So just try to be careful in the future so that you don't give them a reason to do that, okay?
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email later today or tomorrow. They'll tell you what the total is of the fines and court costs, and if you need them to, they'll make a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and leave the meeting. Again, they'll give you those details. Take care.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Uh-huh. Okay, Brandon Rosales, if you would come to station number 1, please. Good afternoon. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, that's a 3-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss the original charge from June 19th of 2021 at about 8:30 in the morning in the area of 93rd and Tower Road here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Did you watch the advisement of rights video? Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of the rights that I advised you of in that video? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of improper lane use, a 3-point violation on June 19th of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? Right. Sure. And this day, you got to work even later because you got pulled over and got a ticket, right? See what I mean? At least it's better that than an accident. How long have you been driving in Colorado?
I've been in Colorado for 2 years, but I got my license, say, like a year and a half ago.
Okay. Your schedule fine's $120. I'm going to go ahead and drop it to $80 plus surcharges and court costs. When you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they're going to tell you what the total is. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you, okay? Okay, Elias Lanis, if you would come to station number 2. Good afternoon. City Attorney says you need more time to get the community service done. Is that correct? All right, we'll reset this for another pretrial conference, same conditions, 8 hours of community service, no contact with Elvis Waterhouse. Make sure to get it done between now and the next court date, okay? All right. Go ahead and, well, you have to wait. You have your brother's case. So you just have a seat and we'll call the other case up then. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like I mentioned, that was going to be a problem because of their ages. All I can tell you is keep trying. Our Lady, you don't... Really? Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. That I knew it was going to be a problem. All I can tell you is keep trying. We'll give you more time, okay? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and Mark, come up. Let me finish writing Elias's case up, and I'll call yours up too. All right, and in his case, my understanding he's already signed up for the class. It's this Sunday. All right, so we're going to go ahead and reset this one also for pretrial. Again, 16 hours of community service, making better choices class, no contact with Elvis Waterhouse, no new law violations. So when you go to the windows, my clerks will give you the new date on both cases, a new community service form showing the new deadline on both cases, a new referral to the class showing the extension for the class has been granted. Is there anything else I need to address? No. All right. Go to the windows, see my clerks, they'll take care of you. Thank you. Do you have a way of trying to contact Andrea Montano? Because she was on here when right before I called Patty's first case, and then she fell off. Can you send her an email? And while you're doing that, I'll call Tavar Ivan. Tavar Ivan, if you and your mom would come forward to station number 3, please. Did you try to sign up for the diversion through Alternatives for Youth or someplace else? The diversion class. It says here that he can't afford the class. They're not supposed to charge him anything. There's no charge is what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking. Where did you go to try to do it? How much were they charging you? I don't have any of that information in here. Yeah. Do you have the ability to access an online class if I have you do it that way? No, but this isn't going to be about the money. I just want to make sure he can do the class online if I order it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and reset this for another pretrial conference. We're going to have you do the drug and alcohol class through a company called ISAE, and we'll provide you information so that they know that the court's going to pay for the class. Okay? You don't have to pay anything. So when you go to the windows in the lobby and see my clerks, they'll give you the notice of the new court date, and they'll give you a referral to a company called ISAE. When you go online, you need to let them know that the Commerce City judge says that the court is going to pay for the class. Okay? All right. Any questions? All right. I want you to do that class. So go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerks. Yeah, I'm not going to have you do more community service. I want you to do the class. Yeah, he'll be able to do it on his phone. Uh-huh. Make sure somebody puts in a call to ISAE to let them know that we're going to pay for his class. So they should send an invoice to us. Okay, thank you. If Malcolm has any questions, I'm fairly sure he'll do what I ask. Ms. Fontano? She didn't put a phone number in on there? No. Well, Ms. Hutton says that the phone isn't able to take calls, so she thinks that she may have run out of charge. Well, if I issue a warrant for her, her parole will be revoked. This has already been continued. Yeah, Patty says she calls her and the phone's not able to take calls. Ms. Hutton, you want to come back on? Any more, have you tried her again? We've tried
Yeah.
her email.
Yeah, and the phone is just, which I had not been able to get a hold of her from the last time because her phone always gave me that message that it was not able to take phone calls, so.
Was she with you in the breakout room when you spoke to Mr. Dolan?
Yeah, I talked to her. We were gonna get this resolved, but
Right.
now we're not.
What's your schedule look like next Wednesday and Thursday? Or 1:15, either day.
Wednesday would work better.
Okay. I'm going to stay issuing a warrant since she did appear, but she didn't complete it. We'll try to have her case called up then next Wednesday afternoon at 1:15.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll be able to reach her. We'll send her an email notice of her new court date and time, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
That way you don't have to just hang around and wait.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Court's on the record, oops, give me a second. Court's back on the record August 5th, 2021 regarding, okay, Matthias Swaldo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation, the city attorney will dismiss the original charge from June 23rd of 2021 at 8:50 in the morning in the area of 56th and Fairfax Street here in Commerce City. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
I did, sir. Thank you.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving all of those rights that I advised you of in that video?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
I am not.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation on June 23rd of 2021 here in Commerce City. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want to tell me that I should take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Okay, give me just a moment. Okay, so the 2 lanes, one guy lets you through and the other guy just keeps going right of way.
That's right, sir.
Okay. Ooh, your scheduled fine in this case is actually $280. You have a clear driving record. I'll take that into consideration. I have to give you an aggravated fine because of the collision itself. I'll reduce your fine from $280 down to $200 plus surcharges and court costs. When you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They'll explain what the total is with surcharges and court costs, and if you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so keep an eye out for that email today or tomorrow. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. She's the phone number. I have her here. The phone number is somebody different? Okay. Okay, wait. No, it's not that. I'm looking here at the FTAs, and Clemens has both 410 and 411. Okay. Come here. I have these two. Same date of birth, male. Same date of birth, male. Same charge, same type. They're back-to-back tickets. Is one a woman and one a... No, they're both men. One is entered as David, the other one is entered as Devia. It looks like the same case, but I haven't read the incident report. So do you want to go take a look at 4610 and 4611? All right, Miguel Santillan, if you would unmute your device. Well, it looks like
Yeah, hello?
Hello. All right. I have a document that alleges that on November 3rd of 2017 at 3:38 in the morning in the area of 6201 East 62nd Avenue that you committed the violation of unlawful possession and consumption of alcohol by an underage person. Do you understand what it was you were accused of back then?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. The city attorney is elected to dismiss this case. I'm going to go ahead and enter the order of dismissal, but there's $80 that you owe for the warrant fee and the OJW clearance fee to remove the block on your driver's license. My clerks are going to reach out to you and explain that there's $80 due and owing. The block on your ability to get a driver's license will remain until we've received that $80. And they'll also give you a copy of the order of dismissal. Do you have any questions?
No, that'd be it. The only question I have is, can I pay that $80 right now, after we're done talking?
It's going to take a little bit of time for my clerks to process the paperwork. So if you give it like half an hour and call back, my clerks should be able to take a payment from you. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
All righty, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Miss 4611?
4611 says David Clemens.
Oh, okay. Since Davia, okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I just issued the warrant for Elliot. Shoot, that's the one I just issued the warrant on. Did you just run into it? Did she run into it? Oh. You with the same woman that was on there earlier? The woman on the phone's the same woman that was on there before, wasn't it? Are they all clean? 3 was the last one. 3 was the kid. Okay. How's your day gone? How has your day gone? Learned anything new in any of your meetings today?
The mask mandate for July will go into effect on Monday.
Yeah. They're behind me, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. So they're giving them time to change all the signage. So many people are working different days. They want to help it together.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
Roger wanted it today.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to go out last night and have it be effective this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. That's given us people when they're.
We'll hand out masks. I mean, we've got masks all over this.
Person tried to tell me this morning that guest relations didn't have his mask. And I said, that's not true. I specifically reached out last week and asked this question when you sent your order. And then I said, and I just had a meeting with Kathy, and she again confirmed that they have plenty of masks in HR to keep them stocked up. So then I went out there. The kid's got 2 full boxes out there. I don't know what this is, but she was very argumentative with this one. So it was not so good in the office.
It's not something that's her responsibility anyway. By the time people get to her, they should have their masks on already.
Yeah, so I went out after my meeting and I told them the update about masks. Alma said, is there any update about whether they'll mandate vaccines? And I said, there's still ongoing discussion, but no decision made. And Christy got real sick. Said, can they legally do that? What, are they going to fire me?
Mhm.
And I said, Krista, I don't know, and right now that's not my concern, and that's not what I'm talking about right now.
Mhm.
And she just kept going. I finally turned around and said, I feel like you're being really confrontational with me, and I'm not sure why, but I don't appreciate it.
Mhm.
And she was pretty silent in there all day, but I did
Sometimes
go,
that's a good thing.
I did go talk to, I went up to HR, but nobody was up there. And she kept,
Yeah, you have to be careful.
going after that. And finally I said, go talk to HR.
Mhm.
Go talk to her. And so I went and talked to Matt Hader, and he said, yeah, it will be fireable if
Mhm.
they decide to mandate it.
Right. It is. There's, the federal government's doing the same thing.
Correct.
So
So anyway,
any local government
I
can
came
make their
in here
choice.
because I sent that email to you that Kat sent out about
This one?
I don't know if you can have
Yeah, my card's,
Zoo.
no, I don't have kazoo.
Okay, so if you want me to take a picture of your card, I can email it to her.
Okay.
They're just trying to get accurate numbers.
Yeah, it's in my car. I'll get it and bring it in. All right.
Is this the same size as yours?
I think mine's
Your
is,
regular one?
I think mine's a 17-inch.
And your what?
I think those are 13, the one she's on. They got me this one because the print on the little one was just getting to be too small. Even though I can blow stuff up, I like to keep things on a single screen.
With IT, Justin said, well, can't you just swap it with the courtroom one because it has a built-in camera, microphone, and I thought that your screen was bigger.
It is bigger.
Okay.
And if I swapped it with the courtroom one, they need a screen too, since they're monitoring the.
Correct, so this would
the
be
Zoom
the
one.
courtroom one, and the courtroom one would be the judge one, but I knew there was something back there.
Right, but they would still not be able to use this to administer the Zoom calls.
It would, oh,
Because there's no camera or microphone.
okay.
So that doesn't solve the problem.
True.
So this monitor helps because I have multiple things. So now we're good to go with this?
Yes,
Okay. Ulysses Soberano, if you would come to station 1 now, please. Did I call this one up? No. Give me a second while I pull up your ticket. All right, I have a document that alleges that on June 15th of 2021, at about 10:46 in the evening, in the area of 5600 block of Monaco Street, that you engaged in harassment by telephone. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing? Okay. The city attorney said that he went over the elements of that charge with you. In other words, he explained what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of this charge. Did he go over those elements with you? Okay. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? All right. What he has also said is that you and he have arrived in an agreement that we're going to set this case over for a new court date. Between now and then, if you complete a 16 hours of community service, a Making Better Choices class, have no contact with Vanessa Zaragoza Dominguez, and commit no new law violations, when you come back, if everything is in order, I can dismiss this case. Is that how you wish to resolve your case? Okay, give me a moment here. Are you currently a member of or a veteran of the United States Armed Forces? Okay. When you go to the windows in the lobby, my clerks are going to give you the notice of the new court date. They're also going to give you the referral to the people that put on the class. It's important that you contact those people right away so that you can get the class scheduled and done by the next court date. It's your responsibility to bring that certificate of completion that they're going to give you with you when you come back. They're going to give you the form we use for community service. You can do the community service anywhere. You don't have to do it in Commerce City. The only requirement that I make is that the place that you pick to do the community service must be a legitimate nonprofit agency. I won't accept it if you just basically do free work for friends, neighbors, relatives, or for a for-profit business. Make sure the place that you pick is a legitimate nonprofit. Do the work. Have them fill out the form. Bring that back with you as well. Then the rest is easy. Stay away from this woman and stay out of trouble. Traffic tickets don't count. It has to be criminal offenses, okay? Do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you.
Expected of you?
No, that'll be it.
Okay, go ahead and go to the windows and see my clerks. I'm sorry, who's on 456? Is this Miss Barella?
Yes,
Okay, give me a minute while I pull up your ticket.
thank you.
All right, on the record, Christine Barella. I was doing another case when you joined our meeting.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just about done. All right, I have a document in your case that indicates that it's alleged that on June 25th of 2021 at about 7 o'clock in the evening, in the area of the 6700 block of Locust Street here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you committed the offense of failure to properly supervise a minor. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
I do.
Okay, the city attorney says he's agreed not to prosecute this case at this time. What he wants to do is place your case in suspense for 6 months. If you have no contact with Letty Machado, Joshua Marquez, or Elizabeth Marquez, and commit no new law violations, at the end of 6 months, without the need for you to appear, I can simply dismiss this case. Is this how you wish to resolve this case?
Yes.
Okay, you need to understand that you have the right today to plead not guilty to this charge. If you pled not guilty, the city attorney would have to bring your case to trial within 91 days of today's date. That's called your right to a speedy trial. Do you understand that in order for us to keep your case open for 6 months and for you to take advantage of what's being offered to you by the city prosecutor, you will need to waive your right to a speedy trial. Do you understand that?
I do.
And are you willing to do that?
I am.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to waive your right to a speedy trial today against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to waive that right?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then I will find you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your right to a speedy trial. Now, my clerks are going to reach out to you by email. They will send you an email telling you what the 6-month expiration date is, so that after that date runs, you can contact the court to get a copy of the order of dismissal. They'll also send you the conditions of the deferred prosecution. That is, not to have any contacts with Ms. Machado or either one of the Marcuses, and to commit no new law violations. After that time period is run, you can contact the court, and they can then get you a copy of the order of dismissal. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. When you leave the meeting, my clerks will reach out to you by email either later today or tomorrow, and that'll conclude matters on this case. You can go ahead and leave the meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I tried to get it in there. We still have some time left. I didn't see a CM in here. Oh, 10 o'clock. I haven't gotten that far. Okay, there he is. Normally, they don't charge them when it's this small unless there was a prior trespass. But they did. I can't believe how much smoke is in the air. If you looked out through my office windows, you wouldn't even be able to see the foothills. Okay, you can have this one back. I'll do one more before I shut it down. And Mayor, if you'll come with me as soon as I shut it down, then I can get you my card. Come on. I hate when it freezes. Oh, there we go. There he is, checking his watch. So when you were a student in class, were you one of those kids that watched the clock to see when class was going to be over? Okay. I thought that was a legitimate question and a very sincere sounding response. Hey, one of my classmates was Dan Kaplis, the singularly most insincere, sincere person I've ever met in my life. Sincerely insincere.
This is different because it just like wears you out, and then you're waiting for one person who's supposed to be here like 8 this morning, who calls and like, I'll be there at 3. Plus, I always think like it's court. It's not like some invite to a party that you don't have to come to.
When I was a juvenile magistrate, that was one of my favorite lines. It's an order to appear. It's not an invitation to appear.